So, I want to do something a little different. Instead of talking about one game and why you should consider picking it up, I want to talk about two games that I played start to finish. These games are called Wandersong and Indivisible. I'm going to be switching between Wandersong and Indivisible if need be, but for the time being, let's start off with Wandersong. At the beginning of Wandersong, you'll notice its art style. It looks like paper cutouts. And a little later on, after you hop up some rocks, you'll find a sword. When you try to use the sword, you'll notice your character is struggling to even lift it, let alone swing it. Continuing on with your newly acquired sword, you'll find what appears to be a ghost or spirit. And you'll notice when you try to swing your sword at it, it does nothing and flies out of your hands. With no other option left, you try moving the right stick to do something, only to notice that your character is singing, and the spirit is reacting to your singing. After a while, the spirit turns into a kinder one. The spirit then reveals that the reason she was scaring you and maybe trying to attack you was that she was trying to prove if you were a hero or not, which, in this case, you are not. You return by saying you are just a bard. The spirit reveals that she is a messenger for the goddess Ea, and that when she sang her song, she sang the universe into existence. But now that she is about to sing it once again, which will destroy this universe and bring a new one into existence. Okay, now, here's where I want to switch to Indivisible for a moment. Right off the bat, you'll be thrown into a battle with an unknown entity. The only thing that you can see are the buttons A, B, Y, and X. So, maybe you try to press them. When you press these buttons, your characters begin to attack the unknown entity. After they've attacked, you may notice that they'll have to recharge. And while your attacks are recharging, the unknown entity attacks. After a while, you are prompted to hold down right bumper and press X. After doing so, the character on the far left pulls out a giant cannon and attempts to fire it at the unknown being, only for him to fail and be struck down by lightning. After which, one of the most beautifully drawn scenes I've ever seen plays. After that, you've supposedly beaten the unknown being and are thrown 16 years later after the events of that battle. As the camera pans down from a mountain shot, you get pulled into a hut where you are introduced to your character, Ajna.
Good morning, Roti. What a lovely day to blow off practice. I know, I wouldn't really skip training, but it's so early. I can learn just as well in the afternoon, can't I? Well, guess we better head off before the old man explodes. Maybe we can beat him there this time.
Now, here's where I wanted to make a comparison between Wandersong and Indivisible. And this is also going to be your first major spoiler warning. In Wandersong, you're told right off the bat that the universe is going to be destroyed and a new one created in its place. But in Indivisible, you don't learn this until much later. And the reason it's being destroyed in Indivisible is because the unknown entity is a god of perfection, and with the Earth not being perfect, seeks to create a new one. A perfect one, if you would. When you get into a game and get a chance to clear your head for a bit, you'll notice that it's beautifully animated and really smooth. There are plenty of people for you to talk to in this village. Some have interesting, funny, or even helpful things to say. After some basic platforming, you'll meet up with Ajna's father, Inder, who, in my opinion, has a very entertaining conversation about training and not projecting your attacks, and that fighting isn't always fair.
Dad?
Combat is rarely predictable or fair.
Oh yeah? Then take this! Gah!
I've told you time and time again, you must never project your attacks.
I know. I just get all fired up.
One of your best and worst qualities.
Yeah, I'm a hot-blooded teen.
And a very strange one at that.
After that conversation, you get thrown into a battle with Inder, where you then learn how to block.
Not so fast.
After learning how to block, Ajna starts up a conversation with Inder, in which Inder says that he expects better, which makes Ajna angry. After putting pressure on him about his past and why he never tells Ajna anything.
Then when is the time? Don't I deserve to know?
Listen, child, I am your father. It's not for you to lecture me. I'm the teacher here.
If you're my dad, then act like it!
Your anger is getting the better of you, Ajna. I'm going home. You may join me when you've cooled off, and only then.
Dad! You can't just walk out on this conversation!
He storms off because he can't talk to Ajna like this when she's angry. Following after Inder, you see that there's smoke coming up from the village and that it may be under attack. You're going back down into the village.
Smoke? And it's coming from the village. What's happening? Oh no! Dad could be down there!
And after you do, you find it in ruins and in flames, and your father on the ground. You then see a tall figure standing above him, who is presumably the one who destroyed your village.
Dad! Are you... Oh no, this looks bad. It looks really bad. You... What have you done?
So, the old man had a child. I'll allow you to say your goodbyes, but your life is forfeit, heretic.
Ajna. Ajna, you're strong. You're the best student I could have asked for. And the best daughter. I know I've been hard on you. I know I haven't been the kindest father, but things are only going to get harder. You have to...
Don't worry about all that right now. I just need you to be okay.
I'm sorry. You were right. There's so much I need to tell you.
Dad, save your strength. I'll beat this guy and we'll get you fixed up.
I want to tell you everything. I know I should have from the start. But don't worry, Ajna. Death isn't the end. Gather friends around you. Become stronger. I'm sure you can...
Dad! Dad! Come back!
Save your tears for someone who cares, girl. Your life ends now, for the glory of Lord Ravanavar.
You killed my father! You burned our village!
As I should have. A village that interferes with Lord Ravanavar's vision does not deserve to stand.
The people of Ashwat are strong. We'll rebuild, and your violence will have been for nothing!
There will be no one left to rebuild it.
There's me. I've trained every day, ever since I could crawl. And if you want to fight, I'm bringing it to you!
After another well-made and sad cutscene plays, you're thrown into your first real fight. After that ends, both sides are tired and ready to end the fight as they both go for the final blow.
Not so big now that you're fighting one-on-one, are you?
You haven't bested me yet, girl.
Your enemy disappears.
What?
After you get out of this scene, you then hear your enemy talking to you seemingly from nowhere.
Witch! With what magic have you imprisoned me?
Imprisoned? Come out and show yourself, coward!
You're the coward, spiriting me away with your village magic!
Shut up! That makes no sense. And you're so loud. It sounds like you're screaming directly into my mind. I'll find you. I just gotta concentrate.
Until you enter your inner realm, which is basically like going into your mind, which you find him again and...
Well, this doesn't change anything. I'm still gonna destroy you.
Try it.
realize that you can't hurt each other in here.
What? My fists won't connect. Wherever this is, if I can't kill you, I'm leaving you here. Goodbye.
But I
told you to shut up!
And that he's trapped. After leaving the ruins of your once peaceful village, you set out on a quest for vengeance. Shortly after, you run into another enemy which you're fighting by yourself. Until, that is, the enemy takes his attack, and you defend from it.
This is so frustrating.
Then, the mysterious man comes out and helps you win the fight.
Go out of my brain as you please.
Trust me, if I could leave, I would. It's only natural.
After exploring a little further and falling down some crumbling platforms, you lose your trail and ask the mysterious man where to go now. He then reveals that his name is Dar and that you should use it. And he then suggests that if you wish to get to his lord, you must cut through the jungle.
Well, I've lost their trail.
My name is Dar. Use it. And I know my troops. They'll stick to the main paths, and you're no match for them on your own. If you mean to get to Lord Ravanavar, you should cut a path through the jungle.
I'd rather not let you group up with your buddies again anyway, so jungle it is.
After finding your way through and fighting a couple more enemies, and then you find my favorite character in the game, Razmi.
Oh, there's someone out here. Hey, are you okay? You look not okay.
Look at my stupid house.
Did soldiers do this?
They might have. All I know, I moved all the way out here to the middle of nowhere to get away from all the noise, and then here come these idiots, carrying on and taking my stuff. So I had to quiet them down, make them crispy, crisp them up real good.
Where are they?
They're inside what's left of my house. Do you want to see?
No thanks. I've been dealing with those guys all day too.
Poor thing. Well, I guess that's it for me. Now my house is gone. So I'm just gonna wait here to get eaten by a Vitala or whatever.
What? Why? Maybe you can come with us. I'm trying to find my dad's murderous boss.
Us? But there's only one of you.
Oh, well, the guy who murdered my father is living in my head right now. It's kind of a complicated situation.
You are definitely gonna get eaten by a Vitala.
What's a Vitala anyway?
Keep hanging around here and you'll find out. You know, maybe we should get going after all. My house leaked anyway.
So you're coming with us? Great! My name is Ashna. Maybe if you help us, we can... Ah! Again?
Where'd I go? Oh, where'd you go? There's a man in here who looks extremely annoying.
Yeah, that's my dad's murderer. I don't know what his name is.
I have told you, my name is Dar. I am the newly appointed lieutenant to the great Navarre army, unifier of the...
Ajna, I hate him. Can't even get a good fire going in here.
Were you trying to set him on fire?
Maybe a little.
Well, thanks for trying.
So, do I just live in your head now?
I guess. I don't really know how this works yet, but I seem to be absorbing people.
That's gross. My name is Rosmi, and my tiger friend here is Bomb. He used to have bones, but now he doesn't. I keep his soul in my lantern, and he makes things crispy.
Nice to meet you, Rosmi. It's good to have some actual company.
I object to...
Shut up! If I must.
Leaving Indivisible here, I'm going to switch back to Wandersong. Back to talking with the spirit, she reveals that, and I quote, "Your universe is getting pretty old, and Aya likes to start fresh every once in a while, you know?" After apologizing that your planet is pretty much doomed, the bard wakes up from his dream, gets dressed, and is about to go out in town, which you are then thrown into Act 1, The Haunting of Langtree. After walking a small bit outside of your house, you come across a character called Mask, who you will run into a couple more times throughout the game. He's pretty mysterious, and he then reveals that Langtree is being haunted, and it's actually pretty funny. After you did or didn't talk to Mask, you'll notice a bird is playing a note. If you copy the note, the bird will help you jump higher. Moving into the next area, though, you'll find another bird singing 3 notes. Now, this is kind of like a game assignment. You just gotta copy the notes, and then the bird will help you jump higher again. After jumping up the tall hills, you run into a character called Miriam. Who says that the world is ending and she's taking care of it. Well, that is if anyone would tell her the Overseer song. One funny detail about Miriam is that if you sing around her, she'll eventually get annoyed and tell you to stop with the singing, which cancels out all the music until you sing again. Heading into Langtree, you'll find that it is indeed haunted. Speaking to Clyde, the first person you'll meet when you go in, you'll find out that there is a ghost in his house, and that the mayor has already gone in to try and get rid of it, and still hasn't come out yet. Go in to confront the ghost, you'll find out that he's playing notes and that you'll have to copy. After you copy all the notes, the ghost plays it shrinks down, speaks a weird jumble of shapes to you that you can't quite make out, and then the mirror speaks to you, revealing that your singing actually did some good for once, but that everyone is still up in their necks to ghosts, so stay out of trouble. You're not exactly told, but it's kind of implied that you need to go hunt down and sing away all the ghosts. And at one point or another, you find a citizen called Marley. She gives you a choice to make whenever you're talking to her, so she asks what you're doing, and you can choose either saving the town, hiding, or singing. Whichever one you choose, you'll have to sing out, which is pretty funny. The next ghost you encounter changes up the Simon game a little. Instead of showing the directions and the color of the notes that he's playing, all you see is a small ring flash where he wants you to play the notes, so it kind of becomes a game of memory at that point. Go after the final ghost, you'll come out to Ruby's house, where you go in and face the final ghost of Langtree. Who throws in another curveball. This ghost turns invisible, and you can only see the white rings. After singing away the ghost, Ruby, the grumpy old woman of the village, reveals that the ghost wasn't bothering her and... Do you just go singing into everyone's home? After stepping outside Ruby's home, you see the mayor outside and talk to her. She says that you need to learn the Overseer song to figure out what's what with the ghosts. The mayor knows the song, but she can't, she isn't a great singer. So you can't learn it from her. But she then reveals that Ruby is the one who can teach you the song. And after a funny interaction between the mayor and Ruby, Ruby teaches you the song, which is displayed through a rhythm game. And that's how you learn the Overseer song. After learning the song, the mayor tells you to meet her back in town, but when you do, all three ghosts confront you at once. This time, when you copy them, they get faster and faster each time. After defeating the ghost for the final time and speaking to the mayor, she sends you to the Tree of Slumber. She sends you to the Tree of Slumber to sing the Overseer song, which will take you to the Overseer. Heading up the cliff to the Tree of Slumber, you'll notice that Miriam is missing from where she was standing. And after going to the Tree of Slumber and repeating the Overseer song, you are sent to the spirit world, where you notice that spirit that you saw in your dreams. And it talks to you saying that, yes, your world is going to end, and, well, I delivered my message, so I guess I'm hanging around with you for now. The spirit then reveals that the one thing that could stop the universe from ending is the Earth Song. But it's not something that's easy to learn. With that knowledge, you are sent to the Overseer, who can teach you the Earth Song. But that's where I'll have to leave this video for now. Maybe there'll be a part 2 if this is popular enough and people want it enough. But for now, I'll see you later. Living Dead, out.